Are you actually beating the bank or just paying 20% interest to get 1.5% cash back? Look at that swipe. It feels smooth. It feels smart. It feels like free money, right? Here's the ugly truth. When you chase points, miles, and cash back without paying your balance in full, you're not playing the game. You are the game. And the bank already knows exactly which one you are. You've heard this before. Maybe you've even said it yourself. I'll pay it off next month. It's fine. I'm getting points. This flight was free. Or the classic, 5% cashback week? Let's buy more. In America, everyone has that one friend who won't stop bragging about their credit card rewards, but somehow never mentions the balance they haven't paid off since 2021. And here's the part they don't post on Instagram. That free trip to Hawaii? Yeah, the interest charges stayed home and kept growing. We love pretending rewards make us financial geniuses, but the truth is, most people aren't earning points. They're digging a hole. One swipe, one excuse, one I'll pay it later at a time. Time for a reality check. Here's the part nobody wants to admit. Credit card rewards don't just reward you, they change you. Data shows the average American spends 12 to 20% more when using a credit card instead of cash. Why? Because the brain stops feeling the pain of spending. It feels distant, softer, safer. And when you add rewards on top of that, you start buying things you never planned to buy. None. Like dinners out, gadgets, upgrades, all justified by a few tiny points. Psychologists call it reward anchoring. You mentally subtract the future cash back from the price today, so everything feels cheaper than it actually is. But here's the truth you need to hear. Credit card rewards don't make things cheaper. They make you more expensive. You're not saving money, you're just spending more to feel good about spending. Now let's talk about how banks quietly hack your brain. There are 3 psychological traps they rely on every single day. Trap number 1, reward anchoring. You think, I'm getting 3% back. But the reality is, I'm spending 97% more than I need to. That tiny reward makes every purchase feel like a discount, even when it isn't. Trap number 2, the pay it next month illusion. Banks know you won't. More than 50% of Americans carry a balance month after month. And once you do, the interest machine turns on. And it never stops. Trap number 3, the minimum payment trap. Minimum payments aren't designed to help you. They're designed to keep you in debt for years. A $3,000 balance can stretch into 16 years of payments if you only pay the minimum. Remember this line. Minimum payments are not a suggestion. They're a trap. Let's pull back the curtain and talk about how credit card companies really make their money. Because there's a massive misconception out there. This idea that banks give you rewards because they're generous. They don't. They give you rewards because it's profitable. Here's the truth. Number 1. Interest. The big one. When you revolve a balance, you're paying 20 to 30% APR. That's not income. That's a gold mine for banks. Number 2. Interchange fees. Every time you swipe, retailers pay the bank just to accept your card. You're not the only one funding the system. Businesses are too. Number 3. Behavioral manipulation. Rewards are engineered to make you spend more, swipe more, buy more. This isn't generosity, it's psychology. So here's the punchline. Banks don't offer rewards because you're smart. They offer rewards because you're predictable. Here's something most people never realize. In the credit card world, there are only 2 types of people. There are the people who carry balances, the ones paying interest, late fees, and minimum payments. They're the ones funding the entire system. They keep the rewards flowing, the points programs alive, the airline partnerships profitable. And then there's the other group, the tiny minority who never revolve a balance. These are the people who pay in full every month. The system isn't built for them. It just tolerates them. Credit card companies study your behavior, your habits, your weaknesses, all to decide which group you belong to. So here's the identity test. You're either the customer or the product. Which one are you? And more importantly, which one do you want to be? Meet Sarah. She's 32, makes about $60,000 a year, and like a lot of people, she'll tell you, I'm good with money. I use my card for the points. She puts everything on her credit card. Groceries, gas, Starbucks, Amazon orders, takeout, all with the same line. It's fine. I'm getting rewards. When money feels tight, she doesn't stop spending. She just starts making minimum payments. $20 here, $50 there, just enough to stay current. A couple of years go by and suddenly Sarah is carrying a balance of $7,200. But she's proud because her app shows she's earned almost $180 in rewards. Free flights, free cash, free perks, right? Here's what the app doesn't shout at her. On that same balance, she's paying around $1,300 a year in interest. Let that sink in. $180 earned. $1,300 lost. This is free money? This is like lighting a $100 bill on fire to warm up a $5 coupon. Sarah isn't dumb. She's busy. She's stressed. She's human. And the system is perfectly designed to take advantage of that. She thinks the game is about points. The bank knows the game is about debt. Here's how the rewards game is actually rigged. First, rewards are funded by people in debt. Those slick travel hackers flexing their free business class flights? They're not the average customer. They're the 1% who pay in full. Everyone carrying a balance, paying 20 to 30% interest. They are the ones quietly subsidizing those flights. Second, when interest rates go up, rewards often get better. That's not kindness. That's the bank saying, we're making so much from debt, we can afford to dangle a few more points. Third, inside the bank, you're not a name, you're a label. You're either a transactor who pays in full, or a revolver who carries debt. Guess which one their business model depends on? They expect most people to revolve. And then there are travel cards. You don't just earn points, you start shaping your lifestyle around them. Taking trips you wouldn't normally take, staying extra nights, spending more on dining and experiences, just to make the most of the points. You think you're gaming the system. The system already factored you in. Let's talk about one of the biggest myths in personal finance. Free travel. Because those free flights everyone brags about? They're not actually free, not even close. Start with annual fees. Some cards charge $95, some charge $550 or more. That's money out of your pocket before you've earned a single point. Then there's overspending just to hit the sign-up bonus. People buy things they don't need because the bank whispers, only $1,000 more to unlock 60,000 points. That's not winning, that's conditioning. And if you carry a balance, the opportunity cost is brutal. Any interest you pay wipes out the value of your so-called free flight instantly. Even when you try to redeem, you hit blackout dates, dynamic pricing, and the quiet killer, point devaluation. Airlines and banks raise the redemption cost whenever they want. Your points lose value while you sleep. Here's the truth no one puts in their travel vlogs. A flight isn't free if it costs you 3 months of interest. Now let's talk about the part you feel. Even if you've never said it out loud, the real cost. Picture it. Minimum payments stacking up, balances creeping higher, budgeting apps flashing red, that quiet knot of stress in your stomach every time a statement hits your inbox. This isn't about points anymore. This is about wealth destruction, slow and silent. Because every dollar you send to interest is a dollar that never builds your savings, never grows in your investments, never moves you closer to freedom. It's money that could have been yours, but now belongs to the bank. Here's the truth in one line. Credit card rewards are wealth destruction, wrapped in shiny airline miles. Banks don't need you to be irresponsible. They just need you to swipe, to justify, to keep believing it's free. You're not being rewarded for spending. You're being recruited into a system that profits every time you convince yourself you're winning. Here's the good news. You can absolutely win this game, but only if you change how you use your card. Rule number 1. Never, ever carry a balance. Rewards only make sense when interest equals 0. If you're paying 20% to get 2% back, that's not strategy. That's self-sabotage. Rule number 2. Treat your credit card like a debit card. Only swipe for money you already have sitting in your checking account. If you wouldn't buy it in cash today, don't put it on the card. Rule number 3. Kill your impulse triggers. Turn off "you've got a new offer" notifications. After a big purchase, freeze your card in the app for 24 hours. Stick to one primary card so you actually see what you spend. Rule number 4. Use one card, not 6. More cards means more lines of credit, more temptations, more chances to mess up. Simplicity is a superpower. Rule number 5. Pay weekly, not monthly. Log in every Friday, clear the balance. No, "I'll deal with it later," no illusions. You don't have to quit rewards. You just have to stop letting rewards run you. Here's the truth. Once you understand how the rewards game really works, you're no longer the easy target the system depends on. Most people stay trapped because they're reacting emotionally, chasing points, chasing perks, chasing the illusion of free. But wealthy people, they stay rational. They control their spending, their habits, their decisions. So remember this. Rewards are not free money. Discipline is. And if you've made it this far, congratulations. You're no longer the product. Now do one thing to help someone you care about. Share this with the friend who thinks their credit card is paying them. Because I promise you, it's the other way around.